I know.
Right.
Well,
Mine worked. I nearly cancelled, didn't I?
did you nearly cancel? Oh, Jesus. But
I just, you see when you're out of the rhythm of doing something,
yes, it's the truth.
can I be honest?
It's the truth. You just have to keep on showing up at the time you say you're going to show up.
Aye.
As soon as there is any break to that routine, then it all goes tits up. And this is why Christmas is evil.
I think it was Christmas that fucked us up, remember?
It was.
Because we took like a week, what was meant to be a week's festive break. And then it became a 2-week festive break. And then it became a 3-week festive break because I was moving house.
I mean, let's be honest, it's been,
We've made every excuse under the sun.
we have been occupied, like, as John Lennon said, life is what happens when you're making other plans. And
What have you done? What have you done with the time?
oh, just the world's been shite, and things been shite. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so do you know that kind of optimism? So I used to hate Christmas. I hated Christmas. I really like getting it. So the period between my birthday and Christmas, I would always get this really dark period. And as soon as Christmas Day was over, so Boxing Day was over, my mood was automatically better. So it was, and then, like my favourite, I adored Hogmanay, and Hogmanay would happen. And it was genuinely, when that bell struck 12, it was like every weight lifted off your shoulder. Now, I get that was purely psychological. However, I've noticed in recent years, but
The weight doesn't lift.
well, not that it doesn't lift.
Hogmanay's shite nowadays.
I suppose it is, but even that, I think just generally the atmosphere in the world social quite like 2026 had the shoes on and fucking Donald Trump's invading Colombia or Venezuela.
Oh yeah.
So it was threatening.
And threatening Greenland.
Yeah, threatening. Do you know what I mean? If you like, oh come on, they poor folk. They poor folk in the ski resort, the poor youngins. Do you know what I mean?
In Switzerland.
And you just go, oh come on.
Did you know, see what happened to the memorial for the people that died from the Switzerland tragedy, of which was caused by open flames in an underground nightclub?
No.
It went on fire.
No.
Because they put flames in a tent.
I think people just...
But you know that, like, you literally just had, because it's caused, and rightly so, people in the UK are checking that underground venues are fire safe. But we didn't have open flames and smoking, and in Switzerland they did. And it was just...
Wait a minute, right? You see, you brought up smoking already, right?
Oh,
so...
we've not got into the podcast yet. Let's start.
Right. Let's start.
Welcome to season 2.
Season 2
of Matters. We were just going to have a continuous season, but now we broke it up by such a long gap that
we'll probably do 10 weeks.
10 weeks at a time, and then take a 2-month break.
If Lorraine Kelly can bugger off on a Friday for 20 odd years, I think we can take a few weeks off.
I mean, it's about to be Easter break. She'll be buggering off for 2 weeks then.
Oh, I know, despite the fact that my weight is 49.
I'm trying this again. Welcome to season 2 of Matters of the Heart and Other Failures. Do you remember the name of the podcast? It's been that long since you said it.
Yes, it is. It is Matters of the Heart and Other Failures.
And
we have mainly failed to do any of the podcasts for months.
And Nathan Sparling and this,
Scott Agnew. I'm bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, full of the joys of the season, whatever season it is these days.
Nearly March.
It is nearly March. You know, roll on March.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, a bit of, do you know, just some sun, just a bit of light.
It was sunny today,
and then it went mad.
Absolutely pissed down.
I know, it's just, you know, I feel like a Fritzel child. I mean, I've been in that basement for ages. And it's like, just let me see some sun.
We've got a new podcast, Liam.
Well,
we don't know if this is going to work.
Well, this is the new layout for now.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see how it goes.
We've gone with
This
big,
is your new abode.
yes, we've gone with big microphones because.
Don't pretend it's like a kind of style choice. We've lost the other things.
No, I was actually going. Do you know I wasn't actually going to put these out and use the other ones as a backup. The reason being, right, is
The reason being.
I think some people don't realise we're recording a podcast where we're just sat next to each other with a wee microphone because they don't see it as a.
What do you think it
I
is?
don't know, just us gabbing.
All right, just as this.
This-
Well, I mean,
This is quite phallic as well.
I do have to wonder what's wrong with the world. So remember there was a political talk show on BBC One. It was this week. It was
Oh, yeah.
Andrew Neil, and
And now they've.
they get rid of it because they were putting the cameras in the studio for a podcast.
podcast.
And now it's been a success. They're now no longer in the podcast studio, sound studio. They've now built them another set, just like the old set for the show that they get rid of, but they've just kept these things.
Podcast mics. Which
So
is
it's essentially the same show.
which is ridiculous because, like, actually the microphones that they have on their lapel record just the same audio.
Yes. So it's nonsense.
So, but it is. It's just. It's more about how people are consuming media and the news
Yes. So they should have just.
because it's on YouTube.
They should have just stuck a microphone up Andrew Neil's rear end
I think the
and told them we're
problem.
going to use it as a podcast.
I think the problem with this week was Andrew Neil.
Yes, it was getting increasingly difficult. I mean, and although interestingly, I'll give him his due. Not that people hadn't been screaming at him on Twitter for years and years and years that he might be backing the Nazis, and the way he was leaning, and he suddenly realised that Trump's a bit authoritarian, and has pulled back ever so somewhat.
That's nice. Pulling back from far right is.
Bang. So this is too political for
Yes, it is for our listeners. Our
Right.
listeners don't like us talking about politics.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm making that up. I mean, the listeners just like us talking, gabbing. The
How
number of
many
people,
of them?
the number of people I've told the podcast is recorded next week.
And none of them get excited at all.
Actually, no, because I posted on social saying that we were recording tonight when I was confident that we were recording tonight.
I know, why did it just felt right? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
now it felt
Because we're sat at my new dining table.
we are
That got delivered on Friday.
Yes, so that was key. A dining table was key.
And the last time we were going to record was Thursday. I knew the dining table was coming the next day, so that didn't give us an excuse to not record.
Give you an excuse to get on the ale. I know. But in fairness, that was only the second time we've seen one another this year.
This year, I know, which is mad.
Uh-huh.
It's just annoying that the time before that we also had a wine, but
Yeah, well, that was. Well, I only seen you very briefly because you were actually literally moving house.
that was the day I moved house.
It was the day you moved house, so I
Um,
wasn't helping. But
No, but it's fine.
no,
A couple of drinks now once a week is my max. That's where I'm at.
I don't. But that was it. I can't remember. Oh, I had a couple of pints when I was away with Miss McCain.
Oh, you want we're on a sort of mini tour with
We went
the
away
heart,
many-
the heart ill.
Yes, speaking of people with bad hearts, a very good heart, but it's just a dodgy heart. Me and her were on the corner of
Did you
the comedy corner.
did you inform NHS Ireland that the two of you are?
We probably should have done it like right corner. That we went in and did something, but no, we were. That was nice. We went to Drumnadrochit.
Ooh, what's that?
It's just outside Inverness, but half an hour outside Inverness, beside Lochnes, really.
Oh,
It is. We were in Drumnadrochit at the Glenurquhart Community Centre or Glenurquhart School. It's the same building, but they gave it two names, which makes it really, really difficult to find an map. Because you said, so technically, if you're using two different types of map, then they have two different results.
oh, God.
And could possibly, dear friends and colleagues of not many years, could possibly get quite bickering with one another. It's fucking Drumnod Rocket High School. It's fucking Glenark fucking community centre.
And then, yeah,
And then we realised it's the same thing. That's awful. That's nice.
is it like the hall is called a different thing, or is it the whole building has got two names?
I think it depends what door you went. It's one building essentially, and the poor people of Drumnod Rocket, because the gig was in like a kind of a gym hall, but it turns into an estate space. But the head teacher doesn't let them drink in the gym hall. At night events, so they to sit dry. The poor folk. So,
Comedy night.
That's comedy night, you know.
Not a single drink. Not even one beforehand.
There was a bar, but they could drink outside. They could drink in but they were not allowed in case they got it on.
Oh, we need to start a petition.
Oh yeah, well, yes. So Highland, just because it's not a blanket thing. You know, it's just that. You know.
The community centre has a licence to have wee bar. But you're not allowed to take the drink into the gym hall, which is the community hall.
Which is the theatre space.
That's outrageous.
It's outrageous. It really is. But there we go.
Maybe it's good for people's heart health.
Well, the wee red wine apparently is nothing too. Anyway, so that was. Well, but we can get into that. We can get into that further. Well, so what have we been up to?
Exactly.
Well, next. Update. Right, what's going on with that?
I don't know.
Where do I go? This might be another reason why there's been no podcasts. It's because we've not had any heart updates. I haven't had any heart updates either.
But this is the thing, we only going to do a podcast when we've got a health appointment. That'd be a bit ridiculous.
Well,
I think... because my next appointment's not till August.
Well, there we go. We'll be off for a while after the night.
Because one of the last episodes anyway, I'd been discharged and I just go to the pharmacy and take my medication.
Right, well, actually, hold on. I'm going to pick with you.
Right.
Oh? Yes.
Have you been going to my pharmacy?
I was not going to your pharmacy.
Oh.
And I'm going to pick with you. Send me unwanted things in the middle of the night. You sent me some kind of TikTok video, right? It was about stents.
Oh, aye.
Aye.
Fascinating.
Yes, however, it perturbed me somewhat. So there's a wee TikTok video about stents.
It was fascinating. It fascinated me.
Which, I mean, I kind of, because I watched the man fiddle about with it beside me. So it tells you all about the stent now. It's essentially like a kind of a strange little sort of construction that opens up. A mesh thing, you know, and a balloon opens it up, and that's what opens the artery and the vein, the artery. And it's coated.
Aye, right. That was a bit. I was fascinated by it.
So it was coated with some kind of medication, which I knew that, which is an anti-plaque, anti-plate sort of thing to stop the build-up. But here's the bit. But then I struggled to get back to sleep.
Oh no!
Yes, right. And then it says, that medication, you know, kind of runs out after 10 years.
But I think it's not meant to last 10.
Well, the medication stops picking up the thing.
Aye, but by that time you should be healthy.
Well, see, this is what concerns me because
You're halfway through.
This September will be 5 years. So I'm halfway. It's the final countdown. 5 years before this. Well, no.
It doesn't start going rusty or anything like.
No, it'll be there. But I think what it means is that plaque and like blockages can start to build up again from that 10
But
years.
the main,
It's not 10 years.
What I took away from that wasn't that you only had 10 years of the medication working to stop it, was that actually the medication broke down the plaque that was there. So essentially what you've got is a brand new healthy artery. Now, if you think about it, right, it took you 40 years to,
So if we then start the clock on 40 years,
in 5 years' time.
That'll be over 50.
Aye, exactly. That was my taken away from it. But obviously, as you know,
But it was a,
we do not provide medical advice on this podcast.
And we might also be talking
Utter
right, total twaddle. Well, thank you. What would have been appreciative at 2 or 3 in the morning when you discovered said TikTok where they could go, oh, I think you might still live tonight. That would have been nice.
To be honest,
That would have been lovely.
you got sent it because I found it fascinating.
No, it was fascinating.
And
I did.
I thought you'd be asleep because you're usually asleep at any hour of the day that I'm usually messages. So whether it be 4 a.m. or 4 p.m.
See, yes, this is no, ma.
Did you have an afternoon nap today?
I can't remember actually.
I did. Well, I was up at
I can't.
I was up at 9 o'clock this morning. I was meant to go and do a thing at work. I was we were being a venue for this game show thing, stupid. But I started at 11 o'clock in the morning, so I got up at 9. And 2 minutes later, I got a phone call by the game show people saying that the host had been taken to A&E and that they were looking for another one.
Really?
At 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday morning.
Was that TV?
No. It was like, it's like a stupid like team building a thing that this company organises.
Did you not step in?
At 9 in the morning? No, but I knew I could get another 2 hours sleep.
Performer extraordinaire.
So they were like, oh, we'll phone you in an hour if anything changes, but otherwise it's cancelled. And so I just went back to sleep, and then I woke up when my gran and granddad were phoning to say they were 5 minutes away.
Oh, that's so nice. Well, no, I don't know whether I was. I can't remember. Did I ever sleep? I don't think I did.
Because originally we were going to, or the chat was that you were going to come over after my gran and granddad were here, and a message had been like, oh, can we get an hour? And you were like, no, let's give it 3.
Because I was watching football. I was watching the Celtic game, and I was.
What was the score?
So don't even. That will be the podcast if I tell you the score.
We'll chat about that afterwards.
Let's just say Celtic Rangers are like 2 impotent men trying to get a heart on. Failing miserably.
Some pills that you could take. Not good for the heart.
Not good for the heart, no. But so that was, I never had a snooze a day. I kind of lost most of my month. Because what is this?
This is the 22nd of February.
It's the 22nd of February. It's the 22nd of February.
I've been in this flat for 6 weeks.
Right.
For 6 weeks.
Well, I have lost most of February to the luge in the Winter Olympics. I have been hypnotised by the luge.
Which one's the luge?
It's the one that just lies perfectly straight.
On a skeleton?
On a train. No. The skeleton you go down head first.
Oh, this is the one where they bring back.
Luge is one. You're losing. You're right, I'm losing. Right. And what's interesting about it is, I don't know. These are Olympian level athletes, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
But all the losers are quite tubby, quite kind of fat wee men.
Are they?
And I think it's because they're just it's rich men that are after heat. Do you know? And nobody else will do it. Because it turns out there's so very few places you can practice it. You need to be an absolute million. So you get these fat men head to toe in lycra, and fat men in lycra is a thing. Make your price and we will.
We'll do a charity luge.
Charity luge. and then the best of it, so you lose, so they're head to toe in the lycra, right? And they don't move. And then there's a 2-man luge.
What?
Yes,
And there's a three-man bobsleigh.
yeah, well, but they've all got the right space. The two-man lose, you've just lied to your pal. But how is any self-respecting straight man ask that question? Yeah. I mean, that's luge. I'm getting so no bad times. How do you fancy slapping in head to his leg?
I need to Google this.
You like to see them? It's just like, they're like, what? Can do it. That's
that that's mental.
just come and lie in the back.
And he's struggling. Look at him.
I don't know what he's struggling with. But
I could find a better way for them to sit on top of each other that might be a bit more pleasurable.
Make sure somebody doesn't fall. But so that has taken my that is.
You've been watching the luge. I've been learning all about curling.
Well, yes, I've been enjoying the curling as well.
I think the curling's definitely like it feels like the gay bowling. Like the gay bowls. Like
yes.
Like the old men do the bowls and the gays do the curling.
Yes.
Because you've got like the slippy shoe that you raise your sticky shoe up and you go, wee! Like that is gay.
And give it big stacks.
I go, woo! Brush, 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 brush.
I mean, and who better than the gays to enjoy having their stones curled? Do you know what I mean? Now, I made what I thought.
Yes, I saw it. Upsetting the curling community.
Upset the curling community. What I thought was a fairly harmless. Like it could.
I thought it was harmless too.
I said,
and it certainly wasn't nasty or vindictive the way that some people alluded to in their comment.
So my perfectly innocent comment was that the Great British Silver Medalist, I even gave them the medal, do you know what I mean?
Bruce Mowat and his team.
There was something of the whiff of a Scottish Liberal Democrat leadership context about them, right? Because they all look like really dull and inoffensive, right? But that was always kind of, but they would kill one another with their niceness, that sort of thing. What you mean by that?
No.
I know them all personally. Well, that says a lot about what you're doing at your weekend. Anyway,
I didn't think that was a strange thing to add.
Listen, it's the kind of celebrities people that I hang about with. They name drop the current team. No, but I mean, fair enough. But they're all nice guys. I never said they weren't.
No.
I was just
They're all great.
A humorous remark.
I thought it was funny.
Oh.
It would be funnier if it would have been accompanied by a picture of them in a suit. But I don't think the Olympians ever wear suits,
Well, I don't think you've got any need for a suit when you're
I do think
up the mountains.
I do think it is a bit of a stretch to call things like curling an Olympic sport.
Well, now, and I've heard somebody make this argument before. This is not necessarily my argument, right? But I have heard this argument before. They are known as the Olympic Winter Games. So games, not necessarily sport.
Olympic, yeah, I suppose they are known as the Olympic Games as well, normally, aren't they? But
So
you
it
class them as, I
But
think
it does require a degree of skill.
the word Olympian,
Oh, I know you're thinking.
you're thinking like, someone buff. And I'm not getting that for the Scottish Liberal Democrat leadership.
You don't know what Alex Coham looks like talking to you.
I don't want to know.
Over the Jamie Green.
Let's settle it down the middle.
Listen, whilst we're saying that, a moment for late death to the First Minister, Jim Wallace.
Jim Wallace.
He was lovely.
He was If it was a man that could kill someone with kindness,
Well,
it would be him. I bet he loved the bowling. He loved the bowls, apparently.
I can
And he
imagine.
sang in his choir.
Well, I remember because we were told we were summoned. We were summoned.
Summoned.
When I what?
Not summoned.
Summoned.
No, summoned.
No, I think.
See, I've got my laptop now for
Look at this.
correcting you.
I think you can summon or summons, don't I?
Oh yeah, serve someone with a summons. Were you served a summons? No, you weren't.
Artistic license, isn't it?
No,
It's
stupid.
No.
No, I'm only allowing you to use the word summonsed if you were served with a summons to appear in court next month.
Let's not get into that. Right, so. Regardless, listen, I've got a nice story.
Right, you were summoned.
There's no me mourning and greeting, and I've still not explained why I'm grumpy.
I know.
Anyway,
It's actually relevant to the
Which
podcast.
is-
Right, hurry up, tell the story.
So we were summoned by the Scottish Executive, as it would have been at the time.
Yeah.
As it would have been at the time when I was working at the Rotherham Reformer. I was to be up at Fernhill, and the Red Blaze sort of playing pitches, playing field up there. I remember when we met by a government minister to talk about, I can't remember, it was some regeneration money or whatever, trying to make it look less like a bomb site, do you know what I mean? So,
Can you do that?
so this kind of, me and our photographer, and then a bit kind of press packer, all kind of hanging about. And then there's sort of wee Scottish executive press person like that. You just look over there, like that. Oh, there's a big helicopter coming flying in. You're like, oh, this is exciting. Is this what, and it kind of, given it was a relatively new parliament, you're like, oh, it's just this like Air Force One, a Marine one, or, it was the full glamour, and you're like, oh my goodness, this is what, being an independent, this is moving towards being a nation, you get in helicopters and the rest there, and it comes away, it lands in, and then it jumps low. It's just a man that was less befitting of all that foul real and carry on. And if you remember the lovely fella, Robert Brown, who was an MSP for a Lib Dem MSP.
Oh, yeah.
Very tall, thin man.
Yeah.
He was a genuinely a local legend in Rutherglen, very well respected. But he had a bit of a kind of unfortunate sort of hair. So, because that did not agree very well with the helicopter. And it was, so that was not the entrance I was expecting.
And that's so funny that they were using a helicopter back then. Was the helicopter anything to do with the reason for the visit?
I just think Jim Wallace had
Just
a heavy schedule. He'd Fernhill at 11, he'd Squire singing at 12. He was, the man was busy. So it was. But the thing was, and this was terrible. I'm trying not to speak ill of the dead, but here we go. So he was only 72 when he died.
He had a complication after what was meant to be a routine surgery.
But he went fucking 72 when I seen him 20 odd years ago.
He's always looked the same.
Do you know what I
He
mean?
doesn't look like he's aged
No,
since
he
he was
hasn't.
like 25.
Bless his wee heart. Do you know what I mean? But do you know, it was like, I assumed he would be.
But what I found bizarre, because obviously, 72, all the papers were like, he was seen out campaigning as recently as 2024.
2 years ago.
I was like, that tells me that there was maybe something going on. Given that, otherwise he looked like quite not an ill man.
No, he didn't.
But yeah, to say, he'd been out campaigning as a 7-year-old in 2024, like I've been out campaigning and there's been older than 70-year-olds.
Absolutely. I mean, I'll get slapped as well. My mother just recently turned 69. You know?
Oh, that's really?
Yeah, she didn't start the month, but she was well. But we won't get into that.
Aye.
But she's
Oh, so that means back on next year.
bigger next year.
Oh. What are we going to do for Ethel's birthday?
I'm going to do as I'm told. particularly doesn't enjoy a fuss. But we ran
It's just 70.
Jacqueline will sort it.
I want streamers, poppers.
No,
That's just for me.
but it's not mould. That's
No,
what
it's
I'm saying.
not. It's not at all. No.
No.
Not nowadays as well. It does feel like people are getting younger and younger. There was someone in a TikTok video that I saw who said they were 60 and I swear they looked 40.
Right, actually,
I don't know what the secret is because I look older and older each day.
I don't think I'm going to get to that. Well,
I've been using
I've got that stain thing running.
I've been using micro needling in a bottle.
What is microneedling?
Well, micro needling is when they put like needles in your face to regenerate the collagen.
Oh, right.
But I can't handle needles, as you know.
Right.
So I've been using this cream that's called micro needling in a bottle.
Microneedling. Oh, your face is looking nice and fresh, isn't it?
And it's like all these thousands of mini spicules, they're called. Spicule.
Well, there's a lot.
And then
Is it globules of speckles?
it comes out like globules.
Globules of speckles.
Are
they moist speckles?
No, they're definitely moist. It's like a cream. And you rub it in and it feels tingly. And basically the spicules are causing micro damages to your skin,
Right.
which then causes your skin to regenerate
Heal.
and make collagen, which improves the elasticity.
I think if I slapped enough toothpaste when I hit you in your face, you would feel the same. Just feel like that. Aquafresh, that.
That's so funny because see, when I was like 12 and I had a split, I'd be dabbing toothpaste on it.
There we go.
Then I've got some ginseng essence, which I splash on my face in the morning.
Ginseng little tea.
No, ginseng's like
No,
in the ginger family.
You can get ginger tea.
Yeah, you get ginseng tea as well.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So yeah, and you splash that on my face and that helps keep the moisture barrier.
I mean, other than the rain in Glasgow, what's been splashing in your face recently, dear?
Sorry. My grandparents watch this.
I know. You get to edit it. You can
Do
say
you know,
it.
I didn't edit this because we just tried for an hour and then I put it up. Do you know that my gran today,
Don't say something.
she, when my granddad went to the toilet, went, so, any boyfriend on the go? And I was like,
I was thinking, yes.
I don't have time for that. She went, oh, you've always got to make time for the nookie.
Yeah.
To which I replied, oh, I never said I don't make time for that. So we're in hysterics and grandfather comes in and he's like, what are you laughing at? And we're like, nothing.
Well,
And then he walked back out and she went, something that you don't get. Oh, I just remembered that they both watched this together, so that's going to be embarrassing.
Oh, bless.
But aye, nothing splashed on my face. Thank you for doing
No,
it.
I'm
Just ginseng essence.
Ginseng essence. I don't think I've got any.
I know you can tell you don't have a facial routine.
I mean,
You can barely get Uber.
should I?
Right, tell us your big news.
Well, what would I need a facial routine for? Particularly now, a facial routine to do what? Go to the bank shop?
Well, no, now.
No, now. Because I am nearly 24 hours off the second.
I love that you did that for the podcast.
No, I didn't actually.
No,
It
you've got to do it when time's right and you've got 3 days in
But do you
bush.
know, it just well, I've got a bit of time at the road, and also it just kind of close. I happened to have I had a packet of cigarettes. It's not my brand. That was down to like 5 sort of last night, and I thought if I could have that last one that I don't like before I go to bed, and stick my patch on, then that's generally a good way. That I like to get that first 8 hours at the road
In your bed.
sleeping. And do you know, you're very, very lucky I still come round because normally this would be like I don't come
Strictly not
out. Strictly not come out the house. Try not to communicate to anybody because I'm miserable, snarky, horrible.
That's just normal day.
I'm sunshine and light. Bag of the go.
Aye.
I am. That's sunshine and light. But I thought we better get this done, and then I can at least it got me tonight to say, no. So I'll try and keep you up to date on my no smoking as much as I can.
Well, at least now you've got the podcast to be accountable to.
I know.
So next week you have to come with your 1 week and give your 1 week badge.
Oh, I should start that thing. I've got a thing.
Well, you've got the app
I've got an app. I don't know how many times I have set this app.
that shows you how much you've saved. You've still got that. You've still got the Orange Facebook on your phone, bloody hell.
Aye, it's not been on for 10 years. See when they said it on Facebook, I thought you were talking about Just Eat.
I'd love to open that. That'd be hilarious.
Look how old that. Is that a big?
No, it's still the same logo.
Is it? Oh,
Right, that hasn't changed its logo.
What is it I was doing? See, you put me off.
Smoking app to
There's
smoking
my
app.
quit smoking tracker. So the last time I tried was about 12 days ago.
Because that's saying that you're 212 days free.
I see if I had not smoked all that
How
time.
much would you have saved?
3,690.
Does it not make your eyes water?
It does. Don't give up. I'm sorry. I need to reset the time. Okay. That's good. So I've not said it.
Yes.
Oh,
So
that's
making you pay.
wait, no. Oh, see, here we go. I used to know the piano.
There will be another one.
How can you?
That's,
Right,
that's,
this
how
is
they
not-
get you.
this is-
That's how they get you.
It's nearly as bad as.
Oh.
Was it during? Yes, during COVID times. During COVID times, and that calm.
Oh yeah, they got everyone like 200 days free or something, and then
And then charged out $29.99, and I won, and I won it.
yeah.
There was nothing bloody relaxed about that. No, I imagine saying, oh, I've got 3,000 tracks of rainfall. I live in Glasgow. I've got a window. Do you mean? You wake up in the morning, get pushed to bed. Do you mean? But what's calming about any of that?
What I don't understand is the people that sleep to white noise, like literal, like crackly white noise. I can't even.
No, well, I don't get the crackly white noise. I need to have some kind of. Well, this is. So I've just been starting the year. The CPAP machine.
Have you got it?
Yeah.
Why you never told me that?
Because it's hanging on. So January was a write off anyhow. I wasn't interested in it. So I started to.
You want it? You're not funny.
There
It's
was,
life or death.
well, I'm struggling with the end. Right, wait to explain it. So it goes on, obviously, on your face, but it was blowing cold air into my eyes, which, given how fucking cold it was anyhow. So it was blowing cold air into my eyes, and I couldn't kind of quite sort of figure out like, why it was, I wasn't sure it was the rubber. No, there was nothing wrong with the rubber. Plastic seemed intact, but it seemed to be blowing cold air into my eyes. So
So is it just one that sits on your nose?
no, it's the full.
Or you've got a full mask?
But you could, when I was up seeing the woman, she'd have been, she got this big bag for her. I mean, there must have been a choice of 30, and I have to be honest, I don't know if I've necessarily chosen what was the right fit. I just felt as if I'd been there for ages, and I get lost. Do you mean, but this is the problem. This is the problem in modern society. Too much choice. I didn't know what was best. At the end up, I just kind of went, give me that. So
Can you go back and change it?
yes.
Right, we'll find something.
So I'm going back to them, right? However, I was never somebody that slept anyway. But
that's bad for you.
I've never been like that. But I've not slept up since I was a baby. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe you have.
No, well, something I would have noticed. And I've managed to get to 43 with it. stopped breathing altogether.
Well, you did a couple of times.
No, but that was nothing to do with sleeping. No, but I can't go.
Does it make a lot of noise?
No, not really.
Oh, that's fine.
It's just what you're aware of.
Yeah, I wouldn't like, because I see even when I'm on holiday, see if the fan of an aircon unit blows on me,
Aye.
I can't go. But I did sleep when I was in hospital with the oxygen up my nose. So I think I would go for the nose one, right? Because I liked, and apparently when I had the oxygen, I wasn't snoring. So see when I had the oxygen just lightly blowing up my nose, I wasn't snoring.
Well, I'll need to see.
So I need to get a referral to this sleep clinic.
And will that be careful?
Why?
Because once it's on the record, if you're ever to get an option to go and drive.
Can you not drive? No, you can. I looked this up.
You don't, but they have to then assess you as having successfully passed a period of.
I don't think they do.
I
Because
have looked this up recently.
and anyway, I don't. It's only if you have
Let's cut
obstructive.
Why? This is really dumb.
It's interesting to the people. It's related to the issues of the posture.
This is the right planning a crime. Now there's get a driving license.
Why do we care about driving? Anyway, I'm not going to look up, but apparently it's only a specific time for sleep apnea, and it's only if you have excessive sleepiness. And I don't have excessive sleepiness unless I was not sleeping from drinking too much at the weekend. You've got something black on your face. Just
My ashes for last week. Let's start the lead. What have you got?
when do you go to church?
Ashes. Where are your ashes? Come on, give him ashes.
Did you go? Double shopping.
So let me explain that way.
Annual spot the Catholic days, everyone says in Glasgow.
Yes, I know. What are you giving up for then? Oh, my CPAP machine.
Oh, you're giving up smoking?
Well, I know that makes it sound like I'm too for that, doesn't it? Just don't.
That's any excuse.
That's it. But anyway, the CPAP machine, so do you know, you eventually hit a point, oh, right, because I can't get to sleep, there's a bit of noise on, right, and I need something to focus on. And generally, and I think I've said this before, I like to my laptop, right, I like to my laptop, I like some kind of black and white documentary, generally Nazis, right, bit of work, Second World War, right, and then you're sitting there looking at Nazis and you put your mask on.
Stop.
Stop. Do you know, you get the mask on, and I mean, it's just
Stop.
and then sometimes when I need testosterone injection, I can't remember. I'm never going to sleep now, and before you know it, you're sitting there. It's a hell of a state. Oh, and here, what they don't tell you, see the machine, right? See the machine? The machine records the data and sends it back up to the Royal, so the woman can tell if you've been at it. It sends it back wirelessly.
But what information to send them back?
What your sleep pattern was, your breathing pattern. When you were off excited for 5 minutes out the back at 12. When you were watching the History Channel.
She doesn't know you were not.
I'm telling you.
It just says you were moving.
It's just,
Oh no.
life gets very complicated, as you know, that's what I'm saying.
I love that this is what some people will be listening to on their work.
But it does, it sounds that she knows, because she was in, when I spoke to her, she went, "You've only had it on 4 nights."
Right.
Just she knew.
So they'll take it off you.
Well, that's so. Well, it's a process. It's not. Listen.
You're off.
I'm going to bed with this thing every night
You're
for the
a
rest of my life.
bloody night.
I'm going to my bed to bed with this thing every night for the rest of my life.
Well, I know.
You know, like,
I
I don't
know.
want to take his time
I know you.
before I accept it. You know, some kind of floozy. There's any CPAP machine in my bed with me. We'll get to it. Well,
Is it big?
it's about the size of that. Well, not even. Half that.
Oh.
But that's the part. That's the other thing. Here can I be somewhere?
Oh, you would take it with you?
Ah,
Oh, you get a medical bag 11 stone on the plane. You get away with it.
I'll tell you.
Do you get a travel one? Travel CPAP machine?
I don't know. Maybe that's how I make my money. Let's make a CPAP machine. That's maybe you can find.
Ah, there you go, look. £729.
Because the one I've got's £400, but is that not a travel one?
Ah, look at that.
Oh, that's a fortune.
Oh, you can rent it for £69 a week.
Oh, you was it.
Ah, exactly. Full face mask. Oh, that's a bit much.
So that's what mine is.
Is that your mask? Oh, no. Fuck that.
I know I'm like fucking Hannibal Lecter with a red. Well, show for
Oh, no, but it
all
does.
these pub more than that.
It does say that the full face mask is good if you snore and you snore.
I laugh myself. It doesn't matter if I snow.
You didn't live yourself for the weekend that you stayed with me in that bloody shack with paper walls for my sister's wedding.
Well, I'm cheating them.
That's so because you experience frequent nasal congestion and you snore, you need the full face mask. That's annoying because that's what I'd need as well. Because I'm not an active sleeper, which apparently the nasal mask is for. Oh no, I'm an active sleeper. I move a lot around a lot. I do it all. Fuckles.
Right. Anyway, so
Interesting.
that's we'll be dealing with that. But I mean, I just think that's a kind of. I don't want to be taking that on the way. You're getting away your holidays.
Alright.
You know, obviously I have to take my.
You bag? No, you get it in a bag.
That's how terrorists will get things on a plane. And the CPAP machine.
That sounds like you're planning a crime.
And then they'll get a passport. What? Well, don't hear another, right?
Oh,
So,
you're not allowed to use the red passport anymore.
well, I had my red passport. I was hanging on to it for dear life because I still had 3 years in it, right? And I couldn't find the bloody thing. And I had, like, there was only 3 places it could possibly be: the drawer, in the office, office desk,
Office took it.
office ticket, or in one of the 6 drawers that's on my dressing table TV stand thing, right? And I'd been in and out of them, and in and out of them, and in and out of them a million times, and they were never, ever there. And for whatever reason, between Christmas and New Year, I went, you know what I need to do? Because I was just thinking, admit defeat, this red passport is not in this house. Just admit defeat, cancel
And you found
the
it.
passport, cancel the passport. 3 days later, open the drawer, in the desk, at the office desk, the one that I'd been in a million times, and it was where it was in amongst the order of service for Man at Me.
Oh.
Died in March, and I remember I'd been doing something that I needed to show ID, and I went, do you know what? I'll put that in beside Man at Me because I'll not forget I'd been in there, and that was it. Anyway, so that's because myself.
So you've now got a blue.
Well, I've not getting.
They come quite quickly, actually.
Oh well,
Have you paid for it?
no, I'll need to do that. You'll just remember since you mentioned it.
Blue. But also, if you were planning on going away anyway, you can't get into anywhere in Europe with a red passport because they've now banned them in Europe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, specifically I think.
don't get anywhere with them. No.
I mean, probably you can possibly get somewhere like Uzbekistan or something, but apparently, yeah, if you've got a red passport now, or they were giving you your 6-month warning or something, that they were being discontinued from international use.
That's me being defrauded of money by your government.
You've been defrauded of money from their government
I will.
all the time.
I will. That's just for one.
every year that they bloody take it off you.
Because that's the years I would have had on that.
But you know that you need like probably nearly a year on left on it before it expires to travel anyway.
Which I don't know what's the point.
What's point under the expiry date?
If that's not the expiry date.
It doesn't make sense.
No, you can't travel on it for a year before.
But you go away on a 2-week holiday and you can't travel on a passport that's got less than 6 months. What? How long would they expect you to be away?
I don't know.
With a return flight booked? I can understand if you were going away to somewhere like Australia with a one-way ticket and a 3-year work visa.
Aye, they want you to have a full kind of kick about.
Never understood that about passports. If anyone knows why passports don't have 2 expiry dates and one of them's printed on it and the other's not.
Imagine what you have a passport ready to go for when the fascist events would take over and we have to take flight and get somewhere.
And where in the world are you going to go?
Well, the Arizona is becoming increasingly tricky.
Anyway, that's politics.
It's survival.
I know it is survival.
Give your affairs in order. Get your affairs in order. So we are here.
Sell up. Let's go.
So, I.
That's a really depressing point to end on.
We can't end in that, can we?
No, we can't end on that.
Apologies, that.
Oh, we've got to promote things.
Have we got to promote? Oh yes, right, okay.
Actually, we desperately need to sell some tickets to our live podcast
Right.
that you've not shared once.
I thought I shared it.
Oh, you might shared it when I shared it once about 6 months ago.
Aye, well,
Live podcast.
yes, we are doing a live. If you want to come and sit,
Do this.
do this. I was going to say, it won't be at the kitchen table. Normally we have the kitchen table at the live podcast.
No, because this is too heavy.
This is far too heavy.
No, we'll have soft seats.
Oh, soft seats, right. But no, it is that we are doing a live version of Masters of the Heart and Other Failures at Room 2 on Saturday, March the 21st
Well done.
at
2 p.m.
2 p.m. So come up for me lunch.
Take an hour of your time, and then you can all go away and get some food and some drinks, and then come back to see me at 7 o'clock.
And
And you won't be there. Or if you want to go to Rutherglen.
if you want to go to Rutherglen, yeah, you can go through to Rutherglen Town Hall where I'm doing a show called Tales of the Reformer.
Which I loved. Your poster looked like a really dodgy sort of dating app from the 90s or something.
It was not a dating app.
No, but it looked like
the newspaper.
but it was that picture of you that looked more like a sort of dating photo from some sort of Scots gay advertorial.
Oh, no.
At the back.
I would never been
You're in Scots gay a few
I
times.
was in Scotland a few times. I was not in the advertorial, I was in the back. Because I would not. I would have not involved myself with John Hine in that way.
Do you know he made up about 50% of them, all with different wording, but it was all him.
There was lots of other John Hine, but anyway.
Anyway, take Prince Andrew, who strongly denies any wrongdoing.
Strongly denies any wrongdoing.
Oh.
But so yes, so like we are doing Tales of Tales of the podcast.
Masters of the Heart and Other Failures live 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
2 till 3, so 1 hour, strictly 1 hour.
Is it strictly 1 hour?
Nah, not strictly.
I was going to say, 'cause that's never going to happen.
No. But I do need to get away, because I need to go to Paisley to get my makeup done.
Of course, where else would you go? But
Well,
Paisley to have your
my-
makeup done.
My lovely makeup artist,
That's the only place they can do that kind of rough casting. Just
my lovely, my lovely makeup artist has just had a baby,
oh,
and I'm trying to persuade her to see me in her house. And she said, "Well, I'm breastfeeding on demand at the moment." And I was like, "Well, you can have me on demand."
what do we do with that?
Because, well, the thing is, I've got a photographer coming. I don't want to look like an ornament, so I need my makeup artist.
Well, I'll tell you, I noticed who was recycling your old outfits. on Myra Dubois and Jerome Whipper.
I saw that.
Oh, I thought. Yeah, she's clearly been rummaging in a Bernardo's.
Whilst doing her show, helping people's problems.
Oh, well, that was psychic problems.
But she did.
You were doing medical problems.
I know, but she also did an agony aunt show the year after, at the Fringe the year after I did mine.
Listen,
No, we love Myra Dubois. Actually, one of the only ones I would go and see, and I did.
I did. She was fab. We both seen her, but separately.
You went to Edinburgh and I went to Glasgow, thanks to James Hurrell gave me his tickets. But what I didn't realise at the time was, so both of the shows were rearranged because she had a gastric problem. But what I had failed to realise was she'd actually went on stage in Glasgow in October. So
only man's happening.
So everyone was like, "Oh, you weren't sat there the last time." And are you friends with James? Because he was sat there the last. I was like,
great.
So it was a bit more of deja vu there for people.
However, the Queen's Hall.
It was a new venue as well, so it was
a new venue.
So everyone was sat in different places than they were meant to the first time. So
I don't have to be honest, not the best venue. However, I'm glad to have been in it because that's what Margarita Prakitan recorded her live album at the Edinburgh Fringe in 1995, and it was in the Queen's Hall, and I was like, that would have been perfect. That would have been perfect for her.
I can't remember who. My father will message us both when he listens to us. Yeah. But I've seen someone with him in the Queen's Hall, and I don't think it was Embrace, but it might have been.
Well, that was the first time I've been in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's up the bridges, isn't it? Were you in the?
We were on the balcony for the first half, and then we spotted sort of a couple of witnesses that we made a beeline for in the second half. That's what we done. So,
right.
There we go.
Very smart.
So,
was it unreserved seating?
Pretty much, yeah.
No, it was reserved in Glasgow.
Oh, no, I tell you why. No, it was reserved seating, but there was a handful of sold in Edinburgh. Edinburgh folk are very hard to get out outside of August. You know, very hard to get out outside of August. But that was that. Oh, I've also got my own show at a comedy festival, which is called Pure Mince.
Yes, I enjoyed that poster.
It's Pure Mince at 12 noon on Saturday the 28th of March. So, and then you can get about your business after that in the town, do you like?
I'm in Turkey.
You're in Turkey. Well, then.
Hopefully not having any episodes that involve the hospital, or perhaps I'll have next year's Comedy Festival written. Comedy Festival show written.
Let's not get any further with that. You and your holidays and the issues that they cause us.
There was only two.
The last one. Different emergency service. Anyway. So, yes, tickets for all those things are available at the Glasgow International Comedy Festival website.
Yes, www.glasgowcomedy.com, I think it is.
GlasgowComedyFestival.com.
Is it? www.glasgowcomedyfestival.com. GlasgowComedyFestival.com, and you can search either, if you're looking for both tickets to both shows that I am participating in, you can search by venue and hit Boom 2 and then click search. And it is the only two shows in this Comedy Festival.
Anyway, we're just waffling now.
We are just waffling.
And this has been fun. It's nice to be back.
It is nice to be back, and this will be out on Tuesday as a podcast.
And we'll be back next Tuesday as well.
And we'll be back every Tuesday for the next 10 weeks at least.
Yes, including the live show.
The live show is in a month.
Live show's
in 4 weeks.
Very cool. Well, that one, at least turn up and record that one.
Right, well, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and share it with a pal. Because I don't know what our listener numbers will be like for this one, because we've been gone for so long.
They'll be flooding back.
We've hit like something like 50,000 impressions on Instagram or something.
That's all right.
I don't know if there's any clippable moments on this one, because they weren't very funny. We need to do some clip farming.
Some of us are well funny. Speak for yourself.
That's just some clip farming where we just talk to the audience.
A CPAP moment.
Right,
Right,
away we
so
go.
enjoy it. Bye.